Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here with the review of the UFC 191, the finale, the main event. Demetrious Johnson going up against John Dodson. This is a big rematch. This is probably one of the biggest fights that Demetrious Johnson has had. Dodson is coming into this fight. He's won 9 of his last 10. The last time that these guys went at it was at UFC on Fox in 2013. This is a battle, of course, they're going for the lightweight championship. Johnson hasn't lost a fight since 2011 when he was going up against Dominic Cruz. Most of the time with Demetrious Johnson fights, I found that this guy is a really, really good fighter. He just doesn't really captivate the audience. His fights are kind of boring. I mean, he does have a vicious jab. I guess you can say the right-handed jab that this guy throws. He sort of puts that left out there and just sort of like does it real fast, and then this punch comes so fast, and there's no real wind-up to it. So many times I saw him punch Johnson in the face tonight with much to little to no effort, but Demetrious Johnson is coming into this fight with 8 wins in a row. He's going to win this one, giving him 9 wins now. Johnson caught Dodson very fast with a punch right to the mouth. The Johnson punch is just so fast, the guy just can't even really see it coming. It's probably one of the best punches, I think, honestly, in the business. A lot of this fight was held up against the fence, and I think that's one of the main reasons in the octagon why Demetrious Johnson is looked at as one of the most best, but also one of the most boringest. Put your hands down, Dodson. Dodson is the bell just rung at the end of the 5th round. There's no way in the world that Demetrious Johnson is going to lose this fight. But John Dodson, I guess he's just being excited that he didn't get knocked out during this fight, but he really didn't put up much fight after the 3rd round. This fight was pretty much over, and I think Dodson knows that pretty much as of right now, but I think that's just what you're told to do, is just act like you won the fight. Maybe one of the judges will think that maybe they saw the fight wrong somewhere along the way, but I thought it was funny that during the 2nd round, the ref tried to break up the fight at one point, trying to give a little bit of a break. And Demetrious Johnson stepped in front of the referee, and he just basically told him, "Not now, let us fight." And the ref basically just stepped back. A lot of this fight was held up against the cage. There was, I know that when they would come to the middle of the octagon at the start of a round, Demetrious Johnson would hold up the fight there and then just close off the cage, just pushing him into the cage, and Dodson fell for it almost every round. Johnson was trying to get some takedowns along the way. Dodson is one of the best defensive fighters there is. So many times, when they were up against the cage, you'd see just Demetrious Johnson just throwing in those punches real fast, rolling them in. Dodson really wasn't getting much of an offense in there. Like I said, Johnson was trying for different takedowns. He's a guy that can win this fight almost just about any way. He's won fights with Kimuras. He's won them with arm bars. He's won them via the punch out. You could tell that, honestly, when they came out for the 4th, Dodson was done. He was pretty much tired. There was a huge takedown by Johnson in the 5th round where he just picked him up over his head and it looked like a sidewalk slam right down in the middle of the ring. And I think at that point, the fight was over. There was a part where Demetrious Johnson was sort of wrapped up around his waist, and his face was right there in the middle of Dodson's chest. And Dodson didn't even throw a punch at the guy. He just didn't even look like it. In the 5th round, also, Johnson landed some big punches in the middle of the octagon, and I'm surprised that he didn't get the knockout win. Johnson was just crowned the victory via the card, so he gets another victory, and he moves on from here. I think that, honestly, he's one of the best fighters there is in the UFC. He's just not one of the most entertaining guys, just because his fights are just the way they are every time. He's one of the best fighters there is in the world, but I don't think that really people get packed or excited to see this guy fight.